I'm going to show you how not to fall behind with your journaling in 2024. Yep, we've all done it. This is the expectation and this is the reality. Today, I'm going to give you 3 tips, my favorite tips on how not to fall behind with your journaling. I promise you, by the end of this video, you will feel like not giving up on your journaling. And as a little bonus, I'm going to show you why I think last year's method of journal keeping didn't work for me. Last year, I decided to try one traveler's notebook insert for each month, consisting of writings, drawings, memorabilia, and stickers, documenting my day-to-day life. And for the first few months, it worked. But after around month 4, I started to fall behind, slowly trailing off until I got to December. I desperately tried to catch up, printing thousands of pictures, spending hours and hours and hours of my time trying to complete them so I could show you and be proud to say that I completed them. But this was not the reality of journaling or life in general. This leads me to some helpful tips to combat this. Tip number 1. Having a smaller space to journal in. Instead of having an entire book for 1 month consisting of 25 to 30 pages, this year I'm going to limit my pages to 14 per month, meaning I have roughly 30 days to journal about in 14 pages, because something worth journaling about doesn't happen every single day. So I will be picking out the best things that happened in that month to put in my journal. I'm trying to find a balance this year to complete them as I go and be happy with the outcome without feeling exhausted or overwhelmed by it. To be honest, it is hard to complete a daily journal like this because sadly, day-to-day life can be pretty mundane. So you end up feeling bad when you look back at your journal and you see things like, I had a cup of tea today, instead of feeling happy looking at things like, I went skydiving today. Yes, life can be pretty boring at times, or you might see things or hear things that go on in your day and it's every single day, so you tend not to take much notice of it. But try to look out for those small things that stick out in your day. You may not think they are important now, but in years to come, you will finally realize that they were. So it's important to write these things down. I also love writing funny things family or friends said to me. It's nice to have these special memories with those special people. So this is what I do when something funny, cute, happy, silly, important or unimportant happens. I will note it down either in my notes app on my phone or with a pencil directly into my journal to look at later. This way, when I come back to the journal at the end of the week for my sit down journal session, I will have many references to look at. It's so important to do this. Another great way to do this is by taking photographs. Every photo you take on your phone has a time and a date it was taken, making it a great reference point for your journal. And as a bonus, if you love to draw parts of your journal like me, you can use these photos as your references for your sketches. Tip number 2, having a specific journal for a specific need. So after journaling for many years, I have found the style of journaling that I love the most, and it is a mixed media journal consisting of paint, stickers, watercolor, pens, pencils, etc. However, sometimes I just want to rant and I don't want to ruin my pretty journal with a page of scribbles. So I have a separate journal for that. Same if you have a food journal, a workout journal, whatever kind of journal you want. For example, in my collection, I have a travel journal. It's a separate travel journal to my other journals. When you go on a trip, it's much more exciting than your everyday life, for most of us anyway, meaning you'll need more pages than you regularly would to journal in. You'll be having lots more experiences, trying new foods, collecting new memories, and buying lots of new fun things. So I might add an extra few pages in my weekly journal, but mostly all these extra bits, the memorabilia, photos, they will go in their very own journal dedicated to that trip. This way, the months throughout the year in my yearly journal will be more consistent and I won't have to throw away any bits of memorabilia that I actually would really love to keep. I've also found that it's a really nice way to show people what you did on your trip, and they tend to really enjoy looking through the journals too. Tip number 3, make dedicated time for each journal. When we start a new year, we set all these goals and intentions and we often set too many to handle. For example, I'm going to journal every day. We start off well and then we feel sad when we can't achieve them, not realizing you've set an unachievable amount of goals in the first place. So here's how I'm going to combat those things this year with journaling. When you cook, clean, go to the gym, or indulge in any of your hobbies, you make time for these in your day, week, or month. So you need to do the same with your journaling if you want to stay consistent. Take my schedule as an example. Between the hours of 6 and 9 a.m, I managed to slot in 30 minutes of my random thoughts journal. I have found this time before my day begins is the best time for me to use this journal, as it clears my mind of any intrusive or negative thoughts, and it helps me continue positively with my day. You may have a similar journal but prefer to do this at the end of your day, maybe to get those work frustrations out before going to sleep or something like that. For me, at the end of the day, I sit for 5 to 10 minutes to write about my day in my 5-year Hobonichi, and I put this journal on my nightstand, so I will 100% have to do it before turning off my light. This is something I am determined to do this year, as in the last 3 years I have fallen off in this journal at exactly the same point each year. How weird is that? This book is going to be glued to my nightstand from now on. Lastly, my weekly and monthly journal in my Hobonichi Day 3. I put aside a couple of hours on the weekend or 30 minutes in the evening to start to fill out my month, or I will do them here with you on YouTube. Having only 14 pages to fill out is way less overwhelming, and having all my notes, memorabilia and photos I've collected over the month makes this process so much easier. Now it feels much more like an enjoyable thing to do rather than a chore. Not that it ever felt like a chore, but it prevents it from feeling like a chore. I'm really hoping this will help me in the upcoming year. And just for you, here is an extra bonus journaling tip. When you are journaling, you will feel so much more like doing it if you make time for yourself. You make yourself comfortable and happy, a nice space to journal in. I love making a nice hot drink, lighting a candle and clearing my desk ready for the epic amount of journaling I'm about to do. I will often put on another journaling YouTuber so I can journal along with them, like a motivation for me to journal, and it's nice to like have someone to journal along with. You can use my videos if you want to, like and subscribe. Also, make sure you select a good time to journal when you are not going to be disturbed. Journaling is so personal and you should give yourself the time to do it. So tell your friends and family, unless you're going to journal along with me, this is my journaling time. Have the time for you and you will most likely see how important it becomes in your weekly routine. I hope this helps you on your journaling journey. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next week. Bye.